Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis, and if you're new here, I like to craft and I like sharing all of my crafts with you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this large version of the pumpkin granny square I made last year, I want to say. The large version will be great for oversized sweaters or blankets. So for materials, you're just going to need scissors, a crochet hook, needle, and a stitch marker. For yarn, I just use acrylic and they're all about weight 4. To begin, I'm going to start with a slip knot. So I like to make mine by wrapping the yarn around my finger twice. I pull one partially over, and then I pull the second all the way over. And that's the slip knot. For the base of our circle, start by chaining 2, and then in the second loop from the hook, we're going to make 6 single crochets in the same space. Now that we've got our 6 single crochets, you can see that it's really stretched out. Just pull on the yarn, the little tail over there, and it'll tighten it right back up. And we're not going to slip stitch to connect these rounds. We're actually just going to keep working circularly the entire time. So just kind of big loops, you know? To start the next round, we're going to take our stitch marker out. We're going to make 1 single crochet, and then immediately before we move on, we're going to place our stitch marker back. That way we know where the beginning of round is. Now to continue, we're going to place another single crochet in the exact same stitch, and that's going to be an increase. So every stitch this entire round, we're going to be putting 2 single crochets. So by the end of the round, when you reach your stitch marker again, you should have 12 stitches. Now that we've made it back around, we are once again going to take our stitch marker out and we're going to start round 2. So first we're going to make 1 single crochet, then we're going to place our stitch marker back in our single crochet, and next we are going to increase. We're going to repeat this pattern until the end of the round, so 1 single crochet, and then next stitch, increase. By the end of the round, you should have 18 stitches. just wanted to take a second to make sure that we all understand what I mean when I say crocheting to the end of the round. So you can see here the stitch marker is in the stitch after my final single crochet. So we don't want to be crocheting into the space where our stitch marker is. We want to be in the single crochet right before it. So don't crochet into the space with your stitch marker. That's the first stitch of the round. Now we can take our stitch marker out and make one single crochet. And go ahead and place our marker back in our single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet one more time. And for the next stitch, we're going to increase. We're going to repeat this pattern until the end of the round, where we should have 24 stitches. So single crochet twice, and then increase. For round 4, we are going to start off the exact same way, take out our stitch marker and make one single crochet. For this round, we are going to make one single crochet, one increase, then 2 single crochet, and repeat until the end. So we have our one single crochet. Now we're going to increase. Now we make 2 more single crochets, and we repeat the pattern. One single crochet, increase, then 2 single crochet. Repeat this pattern until the end of the round. We are now going to start round 5, so we're going to single crochet 4, increase once, and that will be our repeating pattern until the end of the row for a total of 36 stitches. We start by 1 single crochet and placing our stitch marker. Then we'll do 3 more single crochet, because remember we want a total of 4. Then we'll make our increase. And that's the repeat. We'll just do this until the end of the round. Now we're starting on round 6, which will be the last round of our base circle. We're going to single crochet once, increase, then make 4 single crochet, and repeat until the end of the round for a total of 42 stitches. Right here, I'm just counting all my stitches to make sure my stitch count is correct for the last row. So start by single crocheting once and then replacing our stitch marker. Then we'll make our increase. Then we'll single crochet 4 times. Now we'll repeat the pattern from the beginning. 1 single crochet, increase, then 4 single crochet. Now I'm just going to show you guys how I like to finish off the round. I just did my last increase and I have 4 single crochets left. So I'm going to single crochet 3 times. And then in the last stitch, I'm going to slip stitch instead of single crocheting. For those of you who might not know what that is, I'm going to repeat it one more time slowly. We'll go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up the loop, but instead of yarning over to single crochet, we're just going to take the first loop and bring it directly through the second loop on our hook. And that is a slip stitch. So that is the end of our base for the pumpkin. We should have a total of 42 stitches. For anyone confident enough to go at it themselves, here is the pattern we will be following for the outside of the pumpkin. To start the round, we'll make 1 single crochet and place our stitch marker. Then we'll make 1 more single crochet. Next, we'll make 2 double crochets. So we will yarn over, go under and pull up 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next, we're going to be making treble crochets for the majority of the body of our pumpkin. So I'm going to show you pretty slowly how to make those. We're going to yarn over twice, go into our single crochet and pull up 1 loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Now we're going to make another treble crochet in the exact same stitch. For the next stitch, we are just going to make 1 treble crochet. We're going to repeat the pattern of 1 increase, 1 regular stitch for a total of 12 stitches. So that's including the 2 stitches that we just did. So the double is 1 stitch, the single is 1 stitch. For our 12th stitch, we should end on just one single treble crochet. For the next stitch, we're going to make an increase of one treble crochet, but this time the next stitch will just be a double crochet. So in the same stitch, one treble crochet and one double crochet. Next, we'll do one double crochet, next one half double crochet. So when we yarn over, we'll pull that loop through every single loop on our hook. Then 2 single crochets. Now we've reached the halfway point, and we're going to repeat everything we just did in reverse. If you'd like to stick around, go ahead and watch me finish the other side. To start off, we'll make 2 single crochets, then 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, and here we'll do our different increase of 1 double crochet, and then 1 treble crochet. After this stitch, we'll start our 12 stitches of 1 treble crochet, 1 increase. So it's the exact same pattern as the other side for 12 stitches. One treble crochet, in the next stitch, a treble crochet increase. But ignore what I did here because I definitely forgot to increase in that stitch. Here we are back at the beginning. We should leave off on a treble crochet increase, and we should have 4 stitches left until our stitch marker. For the next 2 stitches, we're going to double crochet. Next, we'll make 1 single crochet. And to finish off the round, I just like to slip stitch so that it's nice and even. Now we're done with our pumpkin, and we can go ahead and start weaving in the ends. You can finish off your pumpkin any way you like, but I do have a special way that I like to do it that kind of seamlessly blends into the rest of the single crochets. So to start off, we're just going to pull that tail all the way through. Then we'll thread our yarn through our needle. Now you can see there's 1 stitch right next to where we finished off. We're going to go into the second stitch. So 1, 2. We're going to go under both of the little V's that you see right here. Then we're going to go back into the first stitch that our tail is from. So if you pull that a little bit, you can see which one I'm talking about. And we're going to go into the back of this stitch. So back loop only. Just go through that and pull it all the way through. And you'll just want to get it nice and snug, not too tight, but you'll know what's right. It'll just kind of, and look at that, it's totally blended in. It's so good. I love finishing off projects this way. To make sure this stays nice and secure, I'll just turn it over and I'll weave it through a couple loops and make some knots as I go. Once we've weaved in all our ends, we're ready to start working on the outer edge. So I'm going to show you guys how I get to the right stitch. So we see here are 4 single crochets that we made on the bottom of the pumpkin. We want the last 2 on our left, and I'm just going to place the stitch marker here so it's easier for you guys to see what I'm talking about. And we're going to count to, I think, 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the 7th stitch, we're going to want to make our little knot in the back loop only when we attach our yarn. To start, we're going to chain 3, and this is going to act as 1 double crochet. Next, we're going to treble crochet, and this entire time we are working in back loop only. Now we chain 2. This will work as a corner space. And we will treble crochet one more time in the same stitch. Next, we treble crochet. Then we'll do 1 double crochet, one half double crochet, then 6 single crochets. Remember to work in the back loop only. Now we repeat in reverse. So 1 half double crochet, one double crochet, one treble crochet, and then our treble crochet corner. So 1 treble crochet, chain 2, and another treble crochet in the same stitch. Now we're ready to work the top side. For the top side, we're just going to make 14 double crochet all the way across. As you can see, I've gone ahead and made my 14 double crochets. Now we're going to go back to our corner. So treble crochet once, chain 2, then treble crochet in the same stitch. This side is going to be the exact same as the first side we did. So 1 treble crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 6 single crochet. Now we half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, and now we make our treble crochet corner. And finally, to finish off the last side, we need to make 13 double crochet because remember, this beginning stitch counts as a 1. So for a total of 14, we just need 13 more double crochets. To finish off the round, I'm just going to slip stitch into the chain space. For the beginning of the next round, make sure to slip stitch into the next space. Now it's time to work on the outer edges of our square, which is really going to build up the bulk and make it super big. That sounded weird. Okay, start by chaining 3, then chain 2 more to make it a corner. The first 3 are going to be acting as a double crochet. Next, we're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets. Next, we're going to chain 1, and for this side, for every side actually, we want 6 clusters. So the way that I do this is I just skip about 2 stitches and then make another cluster. So skip about 2 stitches, go into that stitch, and make 3 double crochets. So this definitely isn't a science. Like I said, I just skip 2 to 3 stitches each time. I just do what I can to make it look as even as possible. And then after each cluster, we chain 1 and then move on to the next stitch. As you keep going and building up the rounds, it's going to become more even like a square. But as we're starting out, it might feel a little awkward. That's okay. Like I said, as you keep going, it'll even itself out. So after each cluster, we're chaining 1, skipping 2 to 3 spaces, and then making another cluster of 3 double crochets. When we're going along the sides, we want 4 clusters of 3 double crochets, and the other 2 clusters, of course, are the corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 1 more. Chain 1, and our 6th cluster will be from this corner space. So we're going to make 1 cluster of 3 double crochet, then chain 2 because it's a corner, And in the same space, make one more cluster. We're going to repeat this exact same pattern for every side. So we want every side to have 6 clusters. We want it to be even because we're going to make it a square. Squares are even on all sides. So I've got to my last cluster, and what we're going to do is just go directly into this chain space to make 2 double crochets. The reason we don't need to make 3 double crochets is because our original chain 5 counts as 1 double crochet. So to finish that off, we'll just make a slip stitch. So every subsequent round is going to be the exact same. You'll chain 5 to begin the round, and each side will be getting bigger and bigger. So each space that you see here will be a cluster. So the corners are the exact same. 1 cluster, chain 2, 1 cluster, and then in each space you see here 1 cluster and then chain 1 between each cluster. Just remember, on the sides we're chaining 1 between each cluster. It's only in the corners that we chain 2. So you can see here that I did about 3 rounds. This for me lined up to be about 8 rounds of a regular granny square with no pumpkin in the middle. And now I'm just going to show you guys how I like to thread weave the little stump. So first I like to trace the top of the pumpkin so that I can get that nice defined curve shape for the stump so it looks like it's sitting in the pumpkin. And then after I do that is when I'll start going in with the vertical stitches to make the bulk of the stump. You'll kind of have to play around here and shift some of the thread around, go like really into the yarn to get it to look how you want. So it might take some time, but you'll get the hang of it. And it's pretty simple. You know, it's all just thread, so you can maneuver it how you need to. And that's really it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see the tutorial from my plain granny square that's on the left, I do have a video posted now of how to make a plain granny square. But for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!